Did anybody notice anything? Any pieces of history that we from walking up here to here?
I just saw 1909, 1903.
Come, let me show you. Let me show you. Form a circle around here. Form a circle around here. Form a circle. 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 Let me come on this side. Let me come on this side. Come on, come on. You're looking at these. Yeah? Come closer, come closer. So remember what I said at the museum? Be aware of history. Yeah? Sometimes when we're walking on the street, walking past places, we miss historical monuments. Okay? Does anybody know what these are? Do anybody know what these are?
People who were deported, arrested and deported to Auschwitz.
Yeah. What part of history are they talking about? Commemorating? Holocaust. Yeah. So these stones here are called stumbling stones. Yeah. And it's a different way of commemorating people who died as a result of the Nazis and the Holocaust. Okay, World War II, yeah. And these are called stumbling stones or Stolpersteine, and there's 70,000 of them in various different places around the world. There's a lot in Berlin. There's some here. And I remember when we came to the museum, I was like, oh, Shanika, look, there's some things. Most people would walk past them and don't see them, yeah? And these are called stumbling stones. So let me give you some information, okay? And each one of these brass plaques commemorates a victim who died as a result of the Holocaust or the Nazi extermination. And some of these people lived in a nearby area, okay? Oh. So if you look, you see the name. You've got the name here, yeah. You've got the dates of birth and where they were, how they met their demise. So you can see here, these people were taken to Auschwitz and unfortunately killed in Auschwitz. Okay, and these are probably people who were of the Jewish community. You can tell by the names, yeah, who perished in Auschwitz. Okay, yeah, and these were created. Oh yeah, and these were created, okay, as a way of remembering people who died in Auschwitz. So this was created by artist Gunther Demning in Cologne in 1992, and he created this piece of art, these brass plaques to commemorate the people that died. Okay, and there's 70,000 stones. And a quote from him says, "A person is only forgotten when his or her name is forgotten." This is one of the reasons why in history we repeat somebody's name. Yeah, repeat our ancestors. When we give a libation, we're repeating the person's name to remember them. You forget your name, you forget the story, you forget the history. So this is one of the reasons. And I did my experiment. Shanika was like, "Why are you walking past them? Where you going? Where you going?" Because sometimes you're walking past history. History is all around you. Okay, now. We're talking about the Holocaust. Most people only associate the Holocaust with Jewish people. It wasn't just the Jewish people that died in the Holocaust. There's all different people that got murdered in the Holocaust, including African people. Okay? So we know that Jewish people weren't the first to die at the hands of the Nazi Germany. We know that the Herero and the Namibian people were genocide first. The Second Reich did, they basically perfected their techniques on the Herero and Namibian people and then used those techniques on the Jewish people as well. And that is a hidden part of history that they don't speak about as well. Yeah, this is a hidden part of history they don't speak about. And you might have come across a series of presentations that I've done with a sister named Mary, where her father, a black man, went to a concentration camp in Germany and survived. Yes. Yeah, and it took her about 20 years to pry the oral history and story out of her father to write in a book. Now you could just imagine what he witnessed at that time, and it took him 20 years. Also, we can link it back to our own generational traumas. Think about people, our elders who came over in Windrush. Yeah, that all the traumas of leaving their family members back home and then coming over to a foreign land in the cold, and the traumas that left. Even you also have barrel children. Yeah. So for example, children whose parents came over here stayed over here, established families, and then sent for their family to come back over, coming back to a whole different family structure, different cousins and family, brothers and sisters that they don't know. That also causes trauma as well. So you can see that there's a whole history that nobody is not talking about. I always have to big up Nadine White for doing her film Barrel Children. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it, because people like her, she's a journalist, is documenting these stories. We know that the Windrush compensation scheme is still going on. There was an elder that died recently that was domiciled in the Caribbean, came back over here to make a life again, and he passed away. Yeah, so you can talk about, we're thinking about all these traumas that our ancestors have gone through, and people are still living through these traumas as well. Okay, so this is why I wanted to show you some of these plaques as well. And there are black people who also died in the Holocaust that have been commemorated. There's 2 plaques, 2. And when I did my research, because I remember I was doing some research about black people that died in the Holocaust, the information wasn't forthcoming. And when I did my research, there was a number of people where we know their names and know their stories, that died in the Holocaust, black people as well. So, like I said, like the quote I said, we have to keep remembering their name and sharing the story. Sharing the story until people hear, and unapologetically sharing the story. Okay?